Hello, Ontonauts. Thank you so much for joining us today. We had a little bit of a change of schedule just because I'm traveling tomorrow, so we decided to host the call today rather than just postponing it all together until next week. Okay, so just to get everybody up to speed, we kick off each call with an introduction to ontology, just for anybody that might tune in later or that might listen to the spaces, at a later date. So, Ontology is a high performance open source blockchain. We specialize in digital identity and data. So, you'll see this everywhere, kind of across all of our content on social as well as on our blog. So, overall, the aim is to provide this robust platform all about building, right? And also about integrating decentralized applications. That's our dApps, a bunch of different services, all around trust, privacy, and security. We mention this all the time. I think I say we mention this all the time, but it's very important. So also we Ontology supports multi-chain, multi-system integration, obviously your compatibility with EVM. So again, overall, this is just so businesses can create their own custom blockchain solutions, and then they get to leverage everything Ontology has. So this includes secure and efficient infrastructure. So we also still have the DID fund, guys. Do not forget that we launched it in April, and we've had a bunch of different applications. This is for individuals and projects that want to build or develop on login or some other ontology DID solutions. You want to work with it, or you've got some ideas on how we could improve it or build with it. Or maybe you're a content creator. Maybe you're really great at writing some technical articles or even imagery or like infographics, where it's pretty much open to anybody that wants to get involved. So we really want to help to promote the adoption, development, and also understanding of what like DIDs actually are and how this can kind of help like the end user, and also how it can support developers as well. So there's financial support. Ontology can also offer other resources, and there's potential for some mentorship as well. So we'll obviously kind of support you guys through the whole journey. So that's a $10 million fund, again open to individuals and projects that want to build with OntLogin, other DID solutions from Ontology, create content. We've left it pretty open because I guess we want your input on this, so there's no point in us telling you guys what to do. So then we also have our Onto wallet. This is our gateway. So for decentralized app for managing digital assets, identities, and data securely. So there's multiple cryptos here. Obviously, you've got your Ont ID, you've got a bunch of different dApps as well, all on the Ontology network. And it's something that I think is always quite important to remind the community of is our dual token system. So this system separates governance and transaction functions. So it is quite interesting. So we have our ONT, which is our ontology token, that's staking governance that I just mentioned, and also voting within the network. ONG, which is our ontology gas. So this is your transaction fees, smart contract execution, for example. So dual token system, I think, is quite key. So this is kind of where we come from when we're talking about like different types of components that kind of collectively contribute to Ontology's mission. So we'll repeat kind of our trustless and decentralized identity, digital identity system, like promoting privacy, security, and control. So we will jump into this week's announcements. We're going to look at some more folks to join the ontology ecosystem. We're going to give you some, sneak peek into our plans for the next couple of weeks. So hot topic is the ontology is the DIF hackathon. So this is officially live. This kicked off last week. Also, hope that everybody joined in for the presentation that was earlier this week. So we would have gone through all the details around the hackathon, how you guys can get involved, and exactly kind of what's available. I mean, throughout the whole hackathon regarding ontology. So this is pretty much open to anybody, again, as I've said. So whether you're like a really experienced developer or you're starting out, I think it's going to be quite interesting for you to get involved, learn more about ontology solutions, and help us develop that. So that's the DIF hackathon. There is a notice that Jeff pinned on our Twitter page, that you can get all the details from, and we'll have a bunch of other content going out around it as well. So the DIF hackathon. So this month has been quite interesting for ecosystem updates. So we do a bunch of different types of ecosystem updates. We bring people into the ecosystem for kind of marketing collaborations, community initiatives, and also for some integrations, whether they're providing like dashboards or services to ontology, or whether they want to utilize ontologies like OntLogin, DID solutions, or EVM integrations. There's a lot happening, but we like to kind of see the ecosystem kind of continually develop. Web3 is is ever changing, right? And there's always new projects, and that's kind of where Ontology likes to be, is with these developing projects and with any new projects. So really interesting collab this month was we brought in Kenzo Labs. So these guys are a venture capital firm, also a marketing agency, kind of similar in the support that they offer early stage projects, but obviously very different from Ontology being a venture capital firm. But it's great to kind of have somebody else like that in that we've just introduced the ecosystem that can see the potential in supporting these early stage projects. So they offer a bunch of different services like funding, marketing, as I mentioned, and also connecting you with their ecosystem and supporting you with partnership development. So they offer a lot of strategic investment support, development there as well, and there's a lot of expertise and they have a huge community. So go check the guys out in Kenzo Labs. We might hopefully invite them onto a community call soon so you guys can get an intro there. Also with Tilted, .xyz again, and these guys are kind of a relatively new collaboration, but we're hoping to get them involved in the upcoming DID gaming series. So they focus on like gamifying liquidity pools for in-game assets. They look at like, I guess, enabling gamers and streamers to turn their virtual items into real world assets, RWAs, really just to generate income. So it is really interesting. They've got a lot of different opportunities there to earn income. You can they allow streamers and any KOLs, well, KOLs in general, I guess, or influencers, like I guess a different revenue stream through tokenized assets. So there's still a lot more to learn about Tilted, and we'll provide you guys with all that information. So as I mentioned, we should be bringing them onto the community call to meet the community, and then also inviting them to the Web3 DID gaming series. So that is tilted.xyz. Definitely check out what these guys are up to. Also now ChainX, we released a collaboration with them about a month or so ago, brought them to the ecosystem. We were rugged when we brought them onto the community call before, so we must bring the guys back on. Unfortunately, they were ready to go, and then we had all disasters with X Spaces. But we just joined them for their autumn celebration. So these guys have put a lot into this celebration that is going on until I think until towards the end of October. So it's nearly like a month long celebration from their side. And Ontology's given some NFTs there. So we have 10 NFTs for 10 winners. So that is now Chain or now Chain X. So these guys are like a blockchain infrastructure. Again, they offer a bunch of different decentralized Web3 services. They support smart contracts, dApps as well. It's really interesting. And they also feature a native governance token, consensus mechanism, and, you know, a really strong ecosystem, which Ontology is now a part of. So go check out the guys, check out the campaign and see what rewards you can get. Also, there is an upcoming campaign, hopefully, with the guys at GPT Wars. Check them out. We did a collab with them. Hopefully, we're going to be doing some integrations with them as well. But this campaign looks to focus on building out Discord. So hopefully, Ontology will be involved in that. But there's an announcement to follow, so you'll know about all of our plans and also about rewards there too. So yes, it's been an interesting week or so. Oh, also, we also had just before that a tuna chain Goshen with our AMA with Goshen. For anybody that missed it, I would recommend if you're interested in the Bitcoin ecosystem and how it's developing with its use cases, to check out that AMA. It was really insightful. We had this like CMO and kind of growth lead for Goshen. Dave joined us. He was going into a lot of detail around Goshen developments and some really interesting use cases. And also we had CTO from Tuna Chain join as well, and they were deep diving into all the new features and developments from Tuna Chain. So I definitely recommend for you guys to check out that AMA. Okay, let's look back at some on-chain metrics for September. Um, so we have some, I mean, pretty impressive metrics and data to go through. So we have 878 nodes that are now active on the network. Our staking rate stands at nearly 26%. We continue to see consistent growth on total on-chain transactions. We're supporting 177 dApps, and again, can see consistent transactions across all of those dApps. So for kind of more specifics on those metrics, make sure you guys are going to check out the monthly report from September. There's a lot of digits in here, so they'll deep dive into that in a little bit more detail. Also with upcoming campaigns, so I already gave you a little insight into a potential campaign with GPT Wars kicking off for Discord followers. But we have an upcoming anniversary campaign with Ontology. I think it's 8 years for Ontology. So we will be launching that soon. The official anniversary is in November. And I'll be sharing a bunch of different details with you guys. I think we'll be hosting some different AMAs. Probably Humpty will use their time on a Thursday evening to maybe connect with some partners and to promote that a little bit. I'll go into some detail during our community call on that as well. But yeah, we're looking to just reward the community for essentially being involved. So we could probably have elements around staking, also around DID as well. So a lot more information to come around the campaign as well. Also, just to sorry, it was a little point that I missed from our ecosystem growth was just to add about we had Glacier Network on with us last week. It was really interesting. So these guys are first data centric blockchain, really looking to I guess supercharge AI at scale. So they're building like a programmable, sorry guys, modular scalable blockchain infrastructure for storing, indexing, and querying data. So we had CTO Chang on with us last week, where he went through a bunch of different questions around Glacier. He went into a lot of detail around like Glacier AI, how they empower data ownership, kind of gave the community insights into the chatbot bench and Vector DB, all around kind of contributing to this AI driven innovation. Again, I'd recommend everybody to kind of go to their Discord and their socials. You can participate in this and also earn rewards. So we also learned a lot about Arweave, Filecoin, and BNB Greenfield, about how this plays like a really crucial role in the architecture for Glacier as well. And also, Chang went into a lot more detail around storage networks. It was really interesting insights from Chang as well regarding the community for Glacier Network. So obviously, it's a very active community, and you can tell that kind of Glacier leans on them a lot for feedback, and they do implement that feedback a lot. So if you're interested in what the guys are producing in Glacier Network, I definitely recommend for you to check them out. They also hosted us on an AMA a few weeks ago. Jeff was there to speak about kind of ontology's development in DID and the potential collaboration across DID and AI. So it was really interesting, but we'll make sure that you guys have access to all of those links. So yeah, so that was Glacier Network. It was a really interesting community call. And it's just a couple of areas that we kind of have consistently running, or not areas, kind of initiatives that we've consistently running for the community. Is don't forget to check out the On to Next Level program. So this is almost like a loyalty program. Check it out in Discord. It's only active there, but we have a bunch of different roles, essentially just for you guys to be rewarded and to earn coins for stuff that you're probably already doing. So we have the chatser. So if you're already engaging in conversations, just make sure that you're doing this so you can unlock any of these coins just through your messages that are supporting the community or kind of helping out. Then we also have the inviter. So if you're growing the community for ontology, you're inviting new members, make sure you get coins for that. The guard was really important. This is obviously, these are consistent issues I think we see across the space when it comes to any of these groups, especially on Discord. We just need to make sure that we're monitoring and reporting spam. So again, you'll be rewarded for that. Also, the helper. So the helper kind of goes a bit beyond obviously the guard, was just reporting spam. These are like probably a lot of people, like more maybe OG members or anybody really from ontology community that just knows a lot about ontology or that wants to help out. So you can help to answer community queries. And you'll get coins for that as well. And the campaigner, which I'm obviously very interested in seeing, as I lead the development for most of our campaigns. So it's great to see when we have like a diverse community that's taking part in all of these campaigns across all of our platforms. So it's our community events, AMAs, and any of our giveaways. So this is the community call as well. So you could be earning coins here too. So make sure you go to Discord. You can tag myself or Bella in any of the chats if you have any questions. But it's the Onto Next Level program. So yeah, I definitely recommend for you guys to go and check that out and earn your coins. And then just with our longer form content, I mean, I speak about this every week on the call, but myself and Jeff have been working on new strategies for developing our kind of more, I guess, our SEO, and also to help drive more traffic to the blog, and also to help answer more questions when it comes to the community and the type of content that you are looking to see. So we've been executing on these types of these snippets that are just much shorter pieces of content, a little bit more topical. So it's quite interesting. They're all listed on the blog in the news section under snippets, and also on in Medium. So there is a theme that kind of goes across all of these articles. So for us, we're kind of evaluating or speculating on this kind of critical need for decentralization to protect privacy, ensure transparency, and also again to mitigate the risks associated with decentralized control in various sectors. So we're looking at communication, data security, venture capital was mentioned, AI, and also digital identity. So some of the contents are really interesting. Like one of them was actually about if you are involved in any dating apps. And kind of the potential for some data breaches when it comes to these dating apps, like who actually sees the information that you're associated with your profile, how can this potentially be used. So it is interesting, and it's good to kind of be aware of the information that you're sharing, and exactly like how that could be potentially used. So for a quick run, just a quick overview again of everything we've spoken about today. We invited Kenzo Labs, Tilted XYZ, Now Chain. Make sure you go check out their campaign. Also Glacier Labs, AMA, a community call last week. I definitely recommend for you guys to listen in on that. Potentially some upcoming campaigns with GTP Wars focused on Discord. And we also have the upcoming Ontology campaign. That'll be released soon, but I will share as many details with you as I can once we kind of confirm all of that. And also the monthly report should be published so you guys can do a deep dive into these on-chain metrics, but we continue to see growth, so that's always positive. And also make sure you're checking out the Onto Next Level program. Again, this is probably a lot of stuff that you guys are already doing, but I'd recommend go to check it out, and you can earn coins for contributing there anyway. And also please feel free to tag me in Telegram, or connect with me on Telegram, or tag me in Discord if you guys have any recommendations for content that we should be creating, any blogs that we should be checking out, any collaborations you think that we should be having with other projects, whether that's community initiatives or some type of integration or services that you think Ontology might need. Yeah, and also if there's any recommendations for projects that could utilize a DID fund. Always open to kind of getting feedback from the community, and I appreciate everybody that reaches out with this feedback too. Awesome.